everyone. Today we are going to understand some important acts that are going to help us in our exam preparation, and as well as it's very important for any kind of exams. Okay, I know acts make a little bit confusion in our mind, but even though that's important, please ignore that sound. Okay, now we'll move on to the acts. That is important acts. We say that British government acts in India. Now my first question here is, why do they implement such kind of acts? Because they want, if they come up with the new rules, they have to put something. Okay, so they come up with that act and they'll say this act talks about this kind of rules. Okay, fine. So now let's move on. The first act. I'm not talking about the charter acts. Attention here, I'm not talking about the charter acts. First, I'll talk about some acts and then I'll go to the charter acts. Okay. The first act we have Regulating Act 1773. Here, the governor of this regulating act, that is Warren Hastings. Okay, so Warren Hastings was the governor, and we have three presidencies, that is Bengal, Madras, and Bombay. Why presidencies? Because they captured that, okay, that particular place, and Bengal became a head. So one main important change came, that is Governor of Bengal. It changed as Governor General of Bengal, right? The first step of whom? Britishers. Okay, so let's have a look on the background. Why do they come up with the act? And in 1773, what happened so that East India Company need to enact this? So first here, British Parliament versus East India Company. So British Parliament and East India Company, they were not liking each other. They want to progress. Okay, so here new political parties were arised, and East India Company, day by day, it's becoming too greedy, so that they will go and collect everything. Then illegal trading was going on, and as well as bribe. Then jealousy by new companies in England, and as well as loan. East India Company took a loan, so to repay that loan, of course, they need to torture Indians. Okay, so before that, what happened in 1772? Dual government. Okay, dual government was abolished. What is dual government? Dual government, that this concept proposed by Robert Clive, right? So now let's discuss in a detailed way. So here in regulating act, we have four councils of members, that was appointed by East India Company. Head was East India Company only. So here Philip Francis, George Morris, John, and Richard Babel, they are the four members. Okay, now 1774 Supreme Court was built, and of course it's not for Indians. Elijah Impey was the first Chief Justice. Important. Elijah Impey was the first Chief Justice. And the members were divided. That is Court of Directors. We have Court of Directors there. That is total 24 members. Okay, everything was going on. What the duty of Court of Directors? They need to copy each and every problem. Okay, and then they have to submit. Okay, these are all the thing. But the main thing is why it got cancelled. Why the next act came? The problem is communication problem. As I told you that members were appointed, council of members were appointed, of course, by East India Company, but here Court of Directors, they are unaware to whom to send, what to write, what not to write. Okay, and they doesn't have the proper communication. There is an on that time there was no telephone, and there was no proper route to go and talk. This is what the main reason. And conflicts between Court of Directors and as well as Council of Members, because they both were not liking each other, or else we can say that they both were doesn't have the proper communication. Because of this reason, it got cancelled. I hope this Regulating Act 1773 is clear to you. Now next we have Pitt's India Act. Next name we will say that is Company Raj. For this act also we will say Company Raj. Why? We'll discuss that. So Pitt's India Act, 17th August 1784. Okay. So in regulating act, what's happening? So four members were appointed, correct? So in the four member, voting list will be there. Okay, voting authority will be there, but the votes will come, the majorities and everything. So here Pitt's India Act 1784, it come up with the new rules, that is one vote plus three vote. One vote plus three vote. For example, if Warren Hastings, John, Richard, and Barrel, whatever it is. Okay, so two members. If Warren Hastings is putting a vote for some reason, for one thing, and these three members are opposite to Warren Hastings, it's not going to happen. Okay, so Warren Hastings have the right of casting vote, means he can give the extra vote, means equal. So if the equality is there in the voting system, of course it will goes to the higher authority. Then next we have board of controls. Of course they are appointed from in England. In England we have board of controls of 6 members, and they will look take care of political affairs. Then court of directors, what their duty? Their duty is to guide. Okay, this is what the thing. So British possession in India first time, that is Company Raj. Okay, so here Pitt's India Act. From in the Pitt's India Act, they come up with the first, that is Company Raj. They are going to start a factories, and they are going to be ahead because of this acts. So now we'll move on to the Charter Acts. What is Charter Acts? Charter Acts will give a permission to those people who are in India, okay, to rule for to do a business for 20 years. Okay, so first acts. So of course I said Charter Acts. The first we have 1793, second 1813, third 1833, last but not least 1853. These are the four important acts, that is Charter Acts. And this Charter Acts only will make us lot of confusion, and as well as if you understood it clearly, then you are going to understand the the rights, the important articles of our India. Okay, so now again 1793, 1813, 1833, and 1853. After 1853, the Charter Act came because they said that they are going to rule here only. Okay, so 20 years duration. Then 20 years duration. So now here in 1793, trade for 20 years. They came and they said, okay, we are here only to work, not to do anything. Then they gave the importance for civil exam. Okay, only they just said exam will be there. Okay, they didn't implement. Then we'll have 1813. What happened in 1813? Napoleon Bonaparte, okay, France. In France, what happened? He became most popular person. Okay, so what he did, he said to English, that is the Britishers, not to come and not to do a business in any of his friends' company. So he cancelled the monopoly of the Britishers, and then he allowed to trade with China and to do tea business. That's it. Okay, because of this reason, what happened, when Napoleon power influences is getting it's rising, so he informed everyone that those who are going to give company to the Britishers, they are not going to work with me. So he was the superior person during that time, so no one will go against him. Okay, so because of that, Britishers have only one choice. What is that? That is factories. And that effect came to India. Okay, so understand the concept, that is new companies they are going to start, and they started the new companies, and they started manufacturing the products. And we all know that is the manufacturing products are better finishing, and as well as it's come in a cheap rate. Okay, here the main important, Indian artisans suffers a lot. Artisans, those who make things using their handmade things, right? Next, the final option for them, this is the first thing, the final options for them to survive is agriculture. Here they took a step back and they went for other route, because on that time there was no Indian people who are too much educated, no. Okay, so because of this they had only one option, to go and work as an agriculture. Okay, so this is what happened in 1813. So here, and next thing is, company took 1 lakh. Company came up with a new thing, that is 1 lakh rupees for education. Okay, so when they came here, they said that our company is going to give importance for education, but it doesn't do such. Okay, then after 1813, all India monopoly captured. Next, then 1833. What happened in 1833? Saint Helena Act. We'll say Saint Helena Act as well. The next important thing happened here. Governor General of Bengal became Governor General of India. Who's that? That is William Bentinck. Okay. So here council members were appointed 3 plus 1, that is 4 council members will be there. 1 will be a law member. So law member here we have Macaulay. Okay. Next they have the both power, that is power of legislative and executive. They can make a law and they can able to implement that particular law. Next, third point is monopoly ended for trade and tea with China. Okay, the monopoly was ended for trade and tea were in China. So when the monopoly was ended from China, so of course they have to do a lot of work and they have to do such a lot of plans. Okay. Next, civil service for Indians also. They came up with the next point, that is civil service exam will be there for Indians. They can able to be a member of executive and legislative. In 1793, what happened? Civil service exam was not there for Indians. Okay, but in 1833, civil service exam was there, uncoordinated, that is direct appointment. So another point is, if they have the direct appointment, what they will do, of course they will listen whatever the Britishers are telling, because direct appointment, they doesn't have to write anything, they doesn't have to prepare for anything. Okay, when it comes, that is in 1833. And most important thing, Diwani courts were abolished. I hope you are all aware with the Diwani courts. It was of course proposed by Cornwallis and it was abolished. Okay. Next, we have 1835, that is Macaulay Minute. And of course, it talks about education in India. So, Macaulay, about education in India, he came up with a letter. I hope you are all aware with that letter. So, he wrote a big letter. In that letter, he mentioned everything, that Indians doesn't have this, that doesn't have the knowledge, proper knowledge. If they learn English, they are going to be a best. Oh, next, okay. So Macaulay wrote in his letter about English importance. Okay, so for that Raja Ram Mohan Roy supported. And here the main important point is, only high class will get educated and only 1% will get education. High class, only male and high class people. Okay, and it also have another word, that is downward filtration theory or trickle down theory. So here it makes two groups. First is English only and next is Indians only. English only members we have who supports English language, that is Rajaram Mohan Roy, and for them we'll say Anglist. Then Indian languages is Indian language, that is vernacular classical languages, for them we'll say Orientalist. So it was supported by Princeton. These are the important concept of Macaulay Minute. Okay, I hope you are all getting it. And why this Macaulay Minute got failed? It also got failed because it only focusing on higher education and 1% of education, and that 1% of people doesn't want to teach to their own people. So because of that, it got failed. Next, in 1837, Persian replaced English as an official language. So next important reason, what is the first reason we discussed in 1813? What happened? That is artisans, Indian artisans, they changed their way towards agriculture, right? Because Britishers started the factories. Next, in 1835, so 1835, Macaulay came with education importance, but it isn't implemented. Then, sorry, in 1837, Persian language, Muslims Persian language, that got replaced as an English. Okay, and because of that, Muslims lost their job. In the last act we have 1853, and this, of course, that is unspecified period. Why? Because after this they are not going to come up with a lot of charter acts, because after this they are going to be ahead and they are going to give importance for the parliament system. Okay, so parliament, that is full power, and here they come up open civil service exam for all. They said in 1853, that is there will be exam for them and they can able to write. Where they have to write? Of course, they are not going to write in India, they have to write in England. Okay, so these are all in this. So here next I have, that is believe me you can achieve your goals. Of course you can achieve. So these are all the important acts. I hope it's clear to you all. So yes, read well and thank you.